points and 1 is not recorded. There are many football players out there in the world. There are professional athletes, college athletes, and high school athletes. There are 11 players on offense and 11 on defense. Of all those players, there is one position that is regarded by many people as the most important, and that is the quarterback. Of all those quarterbacks in high school, in college, and in the pros, there is one quarterback that stands out from any other, and his name is Tim Tebow. Tim's parents were Baptist missionaries in the Philippines. His mother had fallen ill when she was there, and later turned out she was pregnant. With her condition, she was recommended an abortion, but decided not to because of her religious beliefs. Tim Tebow was born August 14, 1987. They lived in Jacksonville, Florida. Based on a law in Florida, homeschoolers could play sports at public schools. He played at a local high school where he played tight end. He later moved to an apartment with his mother so he could play at Nice High School as quarterback. He was the strongest and hardest working player on the team. In one game his junior year, Tim broke his leg. He toughed it out and kept on playing, though he missed the rest of his junior year. Coming his senior year, he played even better. He got another injury, which was a high ankle sprain. He played on it again. Nice eventually went to Miami to play for a state title. They beat Armwood 44-37 to take home the title. He held 80 football scholarships as a high school player, but his biggest two options was either Alabama or Florida. He later announced on ESPN that he would be attending the University of Florida, his parents' alma mater. Coincidentally, Tim Tebow's first class at Florida was public speaking, though he had more experience from speaking in the Philippines and preaching to people. Coach Urban Meyer never paid attention to the media reports. There are many arguments that Tim's style of quarterback wouldn't work in college. The media would say he would be a better asset at a different position, like tight end or fullback. Tim read the articles and it fueled him even more to show them he could play quarterback. Tim's first game was against Southern Miss at the Swamp, which was the nickname for Florida's football field. He got his first start in the fourth quarter, and it was a running play planned to the running back. There was a bad snap, and Tim picked it up and ran it 6 yards for a touchdown. His first play in college wound up to be his first touchdown. His first year, he had a limited role under the starting quarterback. They later won the BCS National Championship. He was named the starter the next year, had one of the best years ever. He broke records like the most rushing yards by a Florida quarterback in a game, the SEC rushing touchdown record with 20, and the total of touchdowns in the SEC with 55. He won a first-team All-SEC and first-team All-American, and received the Davy O'Brien Award, and was the first sophomore to ever win the Heisman Trophy. Not to mention, he played with a broken hand that whole year. In 2008, Tim's junior year, the Gators won the SEC Championship against Alabama, which won them the chance to play Oklahoma in the National Championship game. That same year, he was a candidate to win the Heisman Trophy again, but ended up third under Sam Bradford and Colt McCoy. Many people, including me, felt like he was being snubbed. Anyway, he got redemption by beating Sam Bradford, who plays for Oklahoma in the National Championship. Tim had a good senior year, but it wasn't his best. He got a concussion against Kentucky that year and later lost to Alabama in the SEC Championship game. His last college game was against Cincinnati in the Sugar Bowl. He completed 31 of 35 passes for 482 yards and 3 touchdowns, winning 51-24. Tim didn't have a great senior bowl, and it dropped his draft status a little bit. However, he was picked 25th overall by the Broncos, as there are still credits to Tebow's game. He wore number 15, which was the same number in college, and his jersey was the best selling that year. He didn't see much playing time his rookie year, but he was the backup. His second year, though, he really started after the Broncos went 1-4 under Kyle Orton. At the end of the season, Tebow brought them back up to an 8-8 season and beat the Steelers in the NFL playoffs. After that game, the Broncos were dismantled by the Patriots 45-10. In that offseason, quarterback Peyton Manning became a free agent. The Broncos signed him and traded him to the New York Jets, for I believe he has yet to get recognition he deserves as still a backup. Tim Tebow was a great college quarterback and is still a great quarterback. I believe he just isn't used right. He has always been my biggest idol and always still be. For what he does on the field and what he does off the field, he's one of the best ever.